This is Kingston, the capital city of Jamaica, located on the southeastern coast of the island. It's also home to Constant Springs Golf Club, a tight and testing par 70 course built in 1920. And if you ever get the opportunity to play the 6,094-yard layout, there's a good chance you'll find former West Indian cricket captain Jeff Dujon out playing golf. He picked up the game after retiring from cricket at the age of 36, and he's been making up for lost time ever since.
When I started, like every other idiot, I looked at this thing and said, well, what's so difficult about this? It's not moving, And the first time I tried to hit it, I found out. And it's a game that's just fascinated me, and, the more I've played, the more convinced I've gotten that, hey, you can get better at this, but you'll never master it.
One thing Jeff did master was the art of wicket-keeping. In an era where the West Indians established themselves as one of the most dominant teams of all time, he was a fixture behind the stumps, playing 81 tests and 169 one-day internationals, before retiring from first-class cricket in 1992.
Not just realizing my dream, but being in probably the most successful team in the history of the game, which is a big bonus, is something I could never have dreamed of. The natural pride of winning, not just for us, but for the people that we represented, that was always very much in the forefront. It certainly wasn't the money, but there was that pride in going out there and giving everything and performing and being a part of something that was really very special.
Jeff is now channeling that mentality into golf. And despite being a late starter to the game, he has got his handicap down to 4. And believes playing cricket at the highest level has been a big help.
I don't think anything in cricket has ever frustrated me as much as golf has. It's very much about what goes on in your head, because I've always believed that any sport is played 90% above your shoulders. That's what controls what everything else does. Having gone through that process and, and understanding what the outcomes of applying yourself to something are, it's a matter of just now superimposing that on the game of golf, and just understanding that, if you stick at it, if you keep trying, if you don't get frustrated, that there'll be good outcomes.
It's no surprise that the exploits of 14-time major champion and former world #1 Tiger Woods, when he was at the peak of his powers, are impressive for somebody who knows a lot about winning on a regular basis.
Well, he, to me, epitomizes what the mental game is all about. I don't think he's the most talented ball striker that I've ever seen, but mentally, I think he, of all the golfers I've seen, applied his mental strength to his ability and managed it in the best way.
And like everybody else, Jeff is interested to see whether Tiger will be able to return to his major championship winning form. A task that will be made much harder because the next generation of stars has well and truly arrived.
These days, I tend to spend more time watching the younger guys, people like Rory McIlroy, because we come back to the mental side again. Here's a really young guy. He hasn't had that much experience, but he's able at the highest level to keep his cool and to play amazing, golf shots. That's all. To me, that's all mental. The golfer that I admired most is Freddie Couples. I just think his temperament, his golf swing, I love to watch his golf swing. His temperament, the way he talks, he's just the kind of guy who, if I was going to be like someone on the golf course, I'd be like him.
So, as Jeff tries to lower that handicap and replicate Fred Couples, he's also noticing the popularity of golf is growing in Jamaica. And it's not just the young players taking up the game for the first time.
Friends of mine who they say, well, hey, this is a stupid game. You just hit this thing and walk after it, and you don't know where it's going to go and whatever. And they come down, to the golf club, and they see people on the practice tee, and they pick up a club and 2 weeks later, you see them out with a set of clubs and getting lessons, and it's very addictive, you know, and it's a very social game. It attracts people from all ages, at all ages. It's a game you can play forever, you know, and as most people end up saying, well, you know, at least for about 4 or 5 hours, my wife knows exactly where I am.